Bakewell, a small town in Derbyshire, England, nestled in the Peak District roughly between Manchester and Sheffield. A picturesque place that I've been to a few times before over the years, but there was only one reason I was there this time. No, not those. That's what you thought I'd say, wasn't it? The classic Bakewell tart, like this one. While I do enjoy a good tart, when you go to Bakewell, you have to have the OG, the Bakewell pudding. Dating back to the 1800s, the story goes that the Bakewell pudding was first made by accident when a cook misread a recipe for a jam tart. It consists of flaky pastry, then a layer of jam, finished with a mixture of eggs and almond paste. Essentially the same flavours as the tart, just made in a different way. The Bakewell tart that you'll most commonly see in shops up and down the UK is a variant known as the Cherry Bakewell, which wasn't introduced until the 20th century. There are 3 main Bakewell pudding shops in Bakewell, all claiming to have the original recipe, and I started here at the aptly named The Old Original Bakewell Pudding Shop. I had a table for lunch at the restaurant upstairs, and as you can see, there have been a few famous visitors here in the past. I won't show you the main course as that's not relevant here, but obviously for dessert I had the Bakewell pudding. I've only ever had them on their own before, so having them with fruit and custard was a first for me. Maybe I put too much custard on, but I felt that it overpowered the pudding, masking the jam and the almond flavours that I was expecting to get from it. Moving on, I walked off my lunch by going to the other 2 shops to check out their offerings. As you'll be able to see, they sell the tarts as well as the puddings, with the well-known icing and cherry-topped tart available, as well as the more traditional tarts with just flaked almonds on top. They don't just sell puddings and tarts, with a host of other cakes and bakery goods on display, but there was only so much I could justify taking away with me. None for you, geese. Here's everything I picked up. A pack of small puddings, large and small tarts, and also a large pudding which was left in the bag as it didn't have any packaging.
Hey everyone, just got to my hotel room after my afternoon in Bakewell. You just seen my haul, what I got, so the puddings and the tarts. I'm just going to have one right now because obviously I've had a pudding today. But I've not had a tart. So this is just the bog standard Bakewell tart. No icing, no cherry on top, traditional, how it's supposed to be. Got to get it open first. Oh, there you go. Better look without the wrapping. Hmm. Pretty good. You can see the inside, as you expect, fairly traditional, with your layer of jam and then your kind of frangipan in there. And flaked almonds on top, yeah. I still prefer the puddings, but, can't go too wrong with this.
A short coda now. If you're ever in the Bakewell area, then I recommend checking out Chatsworth House and also Haddon Hall. Both are beautiful, but I didn't have time to visit them this time around, although I have been to both of them before. I did, however, stop off here at Derwent Reservoir, where I hadn't been before. A beautiful location for a walk, hike or cycle. I worked up an appetite after a walk and stopped to have a pudding for lunch. This curious little robin was clearly interested in what I had, but like the geese, none for you. Have you been to Bakewell before? And if so, what did you think? Also, Do you prefer a pudding or a tart? Let me know in the comments below. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.